Yeah, folks, now this is just an update. Many of you may be wondering where I am or what's happening. I haven't been back. I was supposed to be back doing videos by now, but something arose which delayed this process. So let me explain. Now, I've spoken to a few people about this, but not everyone. Now, about 3 weeks ago, while doing the building project I'm working on at the moment on my house, I had this really bad pain in my stomach, actually quite a severe pain, and with a massive lump bulging out. So at night time, that night I rang 111 and spoke to the people there. And the lady I was speaking to, I'm not sure who she was, but she seemed to think it sounded like I had a hernia. And I was really concerned whether I should call the ambulance or get the ambulance to come and take me to the hospital straight away or not. And after talking to her for a while, I came to the conclusion of maybe I should hold on till the next day and go and see the doctor. So I did that, and she seemed to be happy with that. And anyway, so I rang the doctor next day and made an appointment and got in straight away. And anyway, my wife had taken a photo of this great big lump, and my doctor was really quite concerned. Anyway, she felt around my stomach and felt around all this stuff and all around the abdomen, and she wasn't certain it was a hernia. She thought it might be, but she didn't seem to think it was. But she was actually more concerned about it being a cancer of some sort. So she said I'd better go and get an ultrasound urgently. So she made an appointment for that. And this so-called urgent appointment took 3 weeks to get to the hospital and have it done. And that was today. I was supposed to go in for this urgent ultrasound today. I went there, my wife and I went there, and as it turned out, when we got there was no one there to do it. The person who's in charge of doing that was sick for the day, or sick, or something was, she couldn't come to work that day. And it took us, my wife and I, it took us 2 hours to drive there and 2 hours to get back, roughly. And no one rang me. I gave them 2 phone numbers. No one rang me the day before. And apparently they knew about this the day before. And no one got to us. So anyway, they said sorry. This urgent ultrasound that I was supposed to have was, well, not so urgent. If somebody's sick, no one else is there to take over. No, only one person is there. Anyway, so they said, come back tomorrow. And they gave me $20. They gave us $20 and said sorry. Yeah, come back for your urgent ultrasound tomorrow. Yes, this country is stuffed. Nothing is working in this country anymore. Why should anyone wait 3 weeks for an urgent ultrasound? Now, if it turns out to be cancer, how's that supposed? Why should I wait 3 weeks? It's insane, absolutely insane. How can anybody be expected to wait 3 weeks for an urgent ultrasound? And then it's got to go from Thames to Waikato Hospital for them to analyse the ultrasound. And then it's got to go back to my doctor. So that's probably at least another week for this urgent ultrasound. Yeah, folks, and this is all to do with mass immigration. We're now paying the price for mass immigration. Immigration before any infrastructure has taken place, before any more hospitals are built, or any more people are employed in hospitals. Our so-called free hospitals are not, well, they are free, but if you're not getting anything, it's not free. Nothing's free. Yeah. So you either pay for a private insurance company, and even then now, I used to have a private insurance company, but I gave up on that because they just got more and more expensive each year, and each year they priced me out. So now my wife and I are just saving money for these particular things, if these things arise. Yeah, so we created our own health insurance, if you like. Yeah. Anyway, that's New Zealand's buggered up. So that's New Zealand, how stuffed up this country is. Just think about that for a moment. They import thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people from India and China, overrun our hospitals, and expect us to be happy about that. We used to have, if you had an urgent thing when I was about 20 or 30, it was looked after. You were in there the next day. Not anymore. You have to wait. Yeah, that's what life is today. Anyway, there's not just madness in New Zealand, there's madness in America. God, another bogus impeachment trial. Impeaching Donald Trump for saying, you must fight for your country. You must fight to save America. That's insane. Anyway, people got what they voted for. They voted for this nonsense, and they got it. Biden's lunacy, Kamala Harris's lunacy, they're mad. And that Keystone XL pipeline, what a joke. Closing that down, thousands out of work. And then they say, oh, you can go and work in the solar factory. What solar factory? Or the wind turbine factory. What wind turbine factory? China. All made in China. And this is even when global warming is a hoax. An absolute hoax. Right now, Antarctica is the coldest it's been since 1978. The coldest January since 1978. And so has the Southern Hemisphere been that cold as well. Yes, the coldest January and February in the Southern Hemisphere for the last 10 years. Yet we are supposed to believe we're all going to be doomed in 10 years or so, 12 years or so, according to Ocasio-Cortez. Madness. Yeah, and then there's this big tech censorship. Censoring Donald Trump. Think about that. That's communism. That's all you can say it is. It's a new form of communism. UN-driven, globalist-driven, corporate-driven communist. It may not be exactly the same as China, but it is communism. Anyway, folks, I'm sorry to say this, but I haven't closed my building in as yet, and I have to close it in before the winter comes, so I have to, as soon as I can, I have to get back to that. So I'm afraid, I think I'm looking at another month to get it closed in. and safe enough to go into winter. And folks, I honestly believe I don't have a cancer, and I don't think I have a hernia either. So I'm going to continue working on this project because I'm sick of waiting for it, for them to get this so-called urgent ultrasound done and all my results. So I was more or less just over halfway through when this happened. So I think I can get it done within the next month. So can bear with me, and I'll get back as soon as I can. Yeah, see you then.